Molly Pesci, and this is Barnes & Noble Tagged. It's always one of my favorite shows when we announce a Barnes & Noble Recommends selection. That's a book our booksellers have deemed unputdownable. And when Barnes & Noble recommends, people listen. Many of these picks, like Ethan Kanan's America, America, and Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrow's The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, have become instant bestsellers. So we are very excited to announce that a former Barnes & Noble Discover Great New Writers author, Sandra Dallas, is the author of our latest Barnes & Noble Recommends selection, Prayers for Sale. Prayers for Sale is Sandra Dallas's 8th novel. Her debut, Buster's Midnight Cafe, was a Barnes & Noble Discover Great New Writers selection. Her subsequent works of fiction include The Diary of Maddie Spencer, Alice's Tulips, The Chili Queen, New Mercies, and Tall Grass. Dallas is known for period detail and richly described historical settings, from the Civil War through World War II. We are thrilled to have Sandra Dallas with us here in the studio to tell us about her latest novel. Sandra Dallas, you've been tagged. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So, huge honor, the Barnes & Noble Recommends selection, your book. How does that feel?
Oh, it's terribly exciting. It's the sort of thing that every author dreams about.
Tell me about the book, and I have to tell you, I've started it and I love it. Prayers for Sale.
Thank you. It's about two women who live in a gold dredging town in the Colorado mountains in the 1930s. One is 86 years old. She's been told that she has to move away from the mountains because she's simply too old to live alone. The woman has had a certain amount of tragedy in her life, and the older woman, whose name is Henny, comforts her. As part of helping her heal, she tells her stories about this town, which I call Middle Swan, but it's really Breckenridge, Colorado.
It's such an interesting relationship, and I'm already in the first 50 or 60 pages getting the feeling for it, because Henny is 86 and Knit is 17. I mean, that's a huge age difference, but they really seem to have so much in common.
They do. Both have lost children early. Both are quilters. They come together because they're lonely, and the young woman, Knit, reminds the older woman of herself as a young woman.
Now, a lot of people have told me that you're a real stickler for accuracy and that you do just extensive research just so that everything is historically accurate and right on target with your books. Tell me about that process.
I read everything I can about the time period. One of the things that I do is I go shopping a lot. I find...
Wait a minute, maybe I should start writing.
I discovered this years ago when I wanted a cigarette that my characters would have smoked in the 1920s. Got a book from the library that was about this thick on the history of tobacco in America. Couldn't find what I wanted. Went to an antique show and picked up a 1920s magazine, and there was an ad for Fatima cigarettes. So I decided the best way to do research was to shop. And I spend a lot of time in antique stores and antique shows looking for period items.
Would it really bring a character to life for you to find something that might have been in Knit's kitchen or Henny's home?
I do that. I also find old photographs, and I had one of a woman who looked to me very much like Henny would have looked, and I kept that above my desk.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I am going to get going on Prayers for Sale as soon as I get home. Huge honor. Congratulations. I want to tell everybody, Barnes & Noble Recommends, and you are hearing it here first. The name of the book is Prayers for Sale. Sandra, thank you so much for being with us, and good luck with the book. It's really fabulous.
Thank you, Molly.
Here's a tagged close-up you'll be hungry for. This is a closer look at one book we think you're going to want to check out. The Hungry Girl phenomenon keeps feeding the nation. We tagged her first book last year when she was just hitting the big time. Now Lisa Lillian is back with more with less. 200 more recipes with less than 200 calories each. It's Hungry Girls 200 Under 200. Lillian is not a nutritionist, but she is the founder of HungryGirl.com, a website with a fanatical following, where you can find all sorts of tips and tricks for hungry chicks. In Hungry Girl's 200 Under 200, you'll find guilt-free recipes presented in an easy-to-use format. Here are just a few. HOT hot boneless buffalo wings, cheesy good cornbread muffins, holy moly guacamole, HG's solo mein with chicken, and many more. Delivered with Lisa's signature wit and sassy style, these recipes are as fun to read as they are to make. And that's our tagged close-up. Okay, here's what's getting the buzz in books, music, and DVDs. It's Molly's, well, that's me, top tags. Here we go. Squaring off at number 5 is The Geometry of Sisters. New York Times bestselling author Luann Rice once again brings readers a story of a complex emotional equation of love and loyalty within a family. This time, it is the bond between 3 remarkable pairs of sisters. And somewhere over the rainbow is my number 4 tag. A little bit wicked. Life, Love, and Faith in Stages is actress-singer Kristen Chenoweth's memoir of her journey from 12-year-old Christian convention hall singer to Tony Award winner for her role as Galinda the Good Witch in Broadway's Wicked to her career as a movie and TV star. Thoughtful at number 3 is This Is Water. Some thoughts delivered on a significant occasion about living a compassionate life by recently deceased, critically acclaimed writer David Foster Wallace. Wallace only gave one public talk on his views on life during a 2005 commencement address. Here, his speech is reprinted for the first time in book form for fans of the writer to treasure. Turning the page at number 2 is the award-winning movie The Reader, now out on DVD. Based on author Bernard Schlink's best-selling book of the same name, The Reader stars Kate Winslet in the performance that won her first Oscar. This DVD includes deleted scenes and commentaries from the film's director, Stephen Daldry, and the film's many actors. Hitting a home run at number 1 is the album Moving Forward by accomplished Yankee center fielder Bernie Williams, who is an equally talented musician. The album features instrumentals written and performed by Williams, plus a team of guest artists, including Bruce Springsteen. And those are my top tags for this week. Oh, apologies. Prayers for Sale is truly unputdownable. To find out more about this book and other Barnes & Noble recommends, go to bn.com/recommends. We'll see you next time on Barnes & Noble Tagged.